marks, get set.
Hello, I'm Kat Salvini. And my earliest memory is being sat on the kitchen counter at home, wooden spoon in hand, melted chocolate and biscuit crumbs smeared over my face, my mum wearing this exact apron, I did wash it, and me helping. So some stuff's changed since then. I'm a civil engineer now, which means that I make a lot more concrete and a lot less cake. But my mum will tell you I make the same amount of mess. So it turns out that rocky road and concrete are actually two very similar materials. They're both composite materials, which means that they're made up of lots of smaller bits of other materials held together by a sticky liquid or a binder. Change of slide. Ha-ha. So, what can rocky road tell us about concrete? We need a binder, we need a sticky liquid to hold it all together, so that when it sets, all of the little bits of other materials are still held in a really tight hug that's strong. So, for concrete, we have cement, and we mix it with water. And for rocky road, we have chocolate. So, what else goes into rocky road? We need some sort of big stony thing, so some sort of aggregate, because in concrete, this is what gives it the strength, and it also keeps the cost down, which is quite nice. In terms of rocky road, we're talking about marshmallows, and we're talking about glassy cherries. So we've got the big bits. We've got the big things that make it strong, and we've got the things that make up most of the taste in there. But what about the little gaps that still remain? What about them? So in terms of concrete, we have this fine aggregate, or sand. Let's use a technical term. In terms of baking, we're talking about crushed up digestive biscuits. Here's some that I may have made earlier. There's a reason I'm last. So, the point of the digestive biscuits is that it fills up all the little gaps between the bigger stones, or the marshmallows. And this means that there's no big gap. So when you bite in, you don't get a bit of air and you don't feel cheated. Not enough chocolate, you feel cheated. In terms of concrete, this is even more important. Because in concrete, if there's little gaps in there, it means that nasty chemicals like de-icing salts can get in. And if they can get in, that can cause your concrete to break down and become unsafe in a structure. And we don't like that. So, once you've got everything in the bowl, I did well. It mostly went in. You have to mix it, because that's what happens. That's how you bake. And then, in terms of... Sorry, I got distracted mixing. When you leave it, you then need to put it into some sort of tin or mould, generally bits of formwork, which are wooden. And once you've got the formwork there, you can leave it. So, now that we've got it in, we can leave it to cure. Concrete takes a month to gain its full strength. It's just as well that here's some I made earlier, isn't it? Thank you very much. I've been Katrina Salvini, and I've been a mess.